Vicious. Coming out of my native city of Los Angeles, the fight don't stop until the hard stop. Let the new legacy begin. I got like 15 minutes. 15 minutes, man. Quick little brief disruption. Brief discussions. And I gotta take my black yellow self to work. What's cracking right now? What's cracking before I head on into this work lifestyle? What's cracking out there? If you out there, don't be shy. Tune in. We're gonna get some discussions live. You know, let's do. Um, right, we should talk about that. I probably should talk about rappers. This is Pac got taken out. Ever since Pac got taken out, rappers been falling left and right. GOAT. Maybe I should talk about who's the GOAT. What's going on? What's going on? Let's get this live going. Let's get live. I'm trying to get some people in here. I'm gonna talk about rappers getting, basically getting passing away. A lot of rappers been passing away. Rappers been getting shot at. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm trying to get some more people in here. I'm gonna talk about that basically. It's a problem. I'm gonna discuss it. I think rappers should tap in wherever they go. No matter what city, you should have somebody that you know or associate with that's from that city that can allow you some kind of information or some kind of protection. Like straight up. We talk about rappers. What's going on? I'm gonna talk about rappers getting shot. A lot of rappers passing left and right. Also been, celebrities passing left and right too at the same time. I'm gonna talk about that real quick. I know I put on here fake friends. I had a drunk night last night. I'm gonna talk a little bit about that, but I'm gonna talk about rappers. It seems like it's a big problem right now. Rappers passing away. A lot of rappers passing away, getting shot at. What's going on, man? Zun. What's going on? What's going on, Bendy? I'm gonna talk about rappers. Let me push my likes up. I think if you're a rapper, you should tap in. Whatever city you go to, you should tap in for your own protection, for your own awareness. If you're not from a particular city, you touring or visiting whatever city, and you're a rapper, you're a celebrity, you're a public figure, and you're touring to another city, you should tap in or visiting whatever. You should tap in. Ain't nothing about being punked and none of that. There's too many rappers passing away. There's too many rappers getting shot at. A lot of stuff can be avoided if a rapper tap in. You know what I mean? At least know somebody from associate yourself with somebody with a city that has probably some kind of a status or street status or whatever. You know what I mean? Some kind of street status so they can protect them, or maybe build some kind of like relationship or something like that. Wherever you go, you should. If you're a rapper, man, because you already living a fast lifestyle already to begin with. Portraying, this kind of like a masculine image, a connection to the streets in a way, from what people will be portraying, as rappers. So you're already portraying that image. You touring to different cities, vacation in different cities. Yeah, Juice World. Okay, what's up? What's going on? At Dane, what's going on? What's going on? Everybody coming to like, give me a like, man. Give me a like. I'm talking about rappers getting shot. Rappers keep getting shot out back to back. Gotta tap in, man. If you're a rapper, you gotta tap in. Everybody getting punked or none of that. People gotta get that at the head. You ain't getting taxed. You're protecting your life. You're protecting your brand. You have to associate with yourself with somebody that has some kind of connection to the streets. I'm not enabling criminal activities or anything like that. I'm not condoning any or endorsing any criminal activities. I'm just saying that you have to be smart. You have to connect yourself to somebody, maybe like streetwise or connect to the streets, wherever you're going, and gain some kind of friendship with them so they can help protect you and help give you the information you need in order to be able to duck and dodge certain BS so you'll get caught up in different cities when you go out to different cities traveling or touring and stuff. You have to have your connects, everywhere you go, you gotta have your connects. You gotta get your resources right. These rappers are falling left and right, man. Ever since Tupac went out, what's polka music, man? What's polka music? You don't like rap music, huh? That's what kind of music you like, man? You don't like rap music. What you think is the top selling music right now in the world? Hip hop. I'm pretty sure it's hip hop, but nothing. I'm not even being biased. I listen to different types of music. I listen to different type of music. You know what I mean? But hip hop, I don't think nothing sell like hip hop across the world right now. Hip hop, I don't know. Maybe a little techno, electronic music, but I don't even think it sells good as rap at time across the world, bro. Rap, there's so many genres. It's rap. You got drill rap music. You got different hardcore rap styles. You got R&B rap styles. You got all kind of rap genres now that just just caters to the world now. It has a wider audience than it ever has before. Rap music. You know what I mean? Rap music has the widest audience ever. Rap is on a whole nother. You can thank some of the the legends, the icons. You can thank Tupac, Ice Cube for paving the way. You can thank even going back to like the rap groups like Houdini. You can thank them for paving Run DMC. You can thank them for even further back. You can thank them for paving the way, man. It made hip hop what it is today. Even though I don't like Jay-Z too much. Jay-Z, you can thank Kanye West, you can thank him. You can thank Snoop Dogg, Dogg Fizzle, you know what I'm talking about? Snoop Dogg. You can thank all those the legends and icons for paving the way, what it is today for rap music. Yes, I was a little drunk last night. I drunk. I got on here for my therapeutic sessions. He talked to the world, let you know what's going on out here in LA. LA nightlife, gave y'all a little taste of just a little bit. I'm not hungover, thank God. I'm riding good and strong. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the war, a little bit about the war in Gaza. There's a big humanitarian issue going on out there. They're starving out there. They've been wasting resources. From my understanding, the Palestinians, right? They started the war with Israel for whatever conflicts they was having, whether it was religious conflicts, power type of disputes, whatever the case may have been. They started it. They went over there to Israel, right? They snatched up some hostages. They took out over 1,200 people, from my understanding. They kicked that war off with Israel. And Israel been riding their neck. And pretty much they've been going at them nonstop. And they starting to really gain that win over it. This war been going on for over 2 years now. No, not 2 years, excuse me. I think in October it'll be 2 years. March the 2nd anniversary. That's kind of a cold way to talk about anniversary when you talk about wars. But yeah. Shout out to Minno's channel. What's going on? Shout out to Minno's channel. Thanks for joining. Mimos. Sorry about that. Zip ID. Give me a like, man. If you're in here, give me a like. Subscribe. I'm gonna be talking about a bunch of different stuff. You can check out my content. I'm always uploading and stuff. Subscribe when you hear more. I'm gonna stay in the loop every time I do my lives. I'm gonna do my lives regularly. Just about probably I'm gonna do lives 3-4 days a week. And share my content too as well. Like the war in Gaza, the Israel Prime Minister, right? He doesn't want to take over. He already announced he don't want to take over Gaza, the city of Gaza. The Palestinians. we're in the Middle East, right? He don't want to take over Gaza. He just wants to establish some kind of security border, some kind of so he can have some kind of like so he can have some troops based out there in order to try to get things in order, so he can have some control over it. But he don't want to govern Gaza. That's not his intentions. From what he was saying, he doesn't want to govern Gaza. He just want to establish some kind of security control over there. He want to, he want to set up some, some troops over there, basically. And then eventually, when stuff gets worked out with the United Nations, with the European, I think he said with the European United Nations, they would hand over their controls to somebody else. So he's trying to go through the proper. Now he's trying to go to those channels of establishing a security border and then working out the rest with the United Nations after all this stuff. After pretty much Trump been pressing his head about ceasing fire. Ceasing fire for a while now. This is his option now. This is what he want to do now. After all this blood been spilled, people been starving, the kids been dying over there and all kind of stuff. But at the same time, Gaza, they started it, man. I didn't even know. I heard they when they took some of them hostages, right? I heard when Gaza, when the Palestinians, they took some of them hostages from Israel. I don't know how true it is. I read about it. Some of them hostages were abused. You know what I mean? In the most foul way you could think of. What are some of them hostages with women? That don't look right, man. I'm not with that. I don't care what it is, whatever. Your country might have been bullying y'all, whatever. Nah. Two wrongs will make it right, man. Two wrongs will not make it right. They said that was one of the worst things that happened to the Jews, right, since like the Holocaust. Close enough. Obviously the Holocaust was the worst. But that's what they were saying, in the media and stuff. That's pretty bad. I didn't even know that they took all them hostages. And welcome to America. Tusi Das Khan, what's going on? I'm American, yeah. Are you American, man? But yeah, the war. I guess they plan on ceasing fire this coming October. That's what they have set up so far. Israel is going to cease fire with over there in Gaza. This coming October, which marks the second anniversary since this war began. So that's what's going on with Gaza and Israel right now. They starving over there. I don't know exactly. I'm pretty sure America, we've been giving them resources and stuff, to help give them food, and probably other different countries in the United Nations been giving them food and stuff, to help supply, the people that's starving over there behind this war crisis and stuff. They over there starving, they falling out left and right. It look bad over there right now, Gaza. That's the type of stuff that's going on. That's the type of stuff that wars bring, when you go to war. It creates a lot of destruction, misery, deaths, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of damage to the economy. You got to rebuild the economy. The longer it prolongs, the more damage is done. War really, prolonging wars. It's one thing to battle real quick, and another thing is war, right? Just go on and on and on. War really don't solve too much but violence, man. War is too much war ain't good. That's why you gotta establish things like democracy. Fight out for a little while. You see, you just see stuff that just ain't working out. Too much violence going on. So that's why sometimes you gotta establish some kind of peace, some kind of democracy, in order to broaden a more civilized, society. Internationally. Yeah. Well, I didn't vote for no damn Trump. You see my videos, man? Come on here. I can tell you don't watch my videos. I say he aligns himself with white supremacy, man. Anybody who goes and attacks the birthright citizenship, the 14th Amendment, right? I believe it's called. Anybody who wants to demolish that, align. No president has ever done that, man. Who puts out an executive order to remove the 14th Amendment, which has been in place since the 1860s. That's unheard of. Nobody, all the racist persons you could think of before have not done that. What that tell you, man, about Trump? He's a dictator and he's on his own rule. He's on his own agenda. He even don't get even some of his own Republican folks don't like him. They've been putting issue, pressing them about different things as different laws, as we, different little political situations that's been going on. So they kind of gain more control in the White House, right? They're trying to establish that control right now in the in the House, the Senate. That's what they got going on right now. Republicans are teaming up. They want to maintain the control. They're fighting for that right now to maintain control in the House and the Senate. Freaking it's a lot. He got his name in. He his name is involved with certain past, as predators and stuff like that. Trump is is a Trump is a mess, man. I'm not saying he was involved with messing around with underage girls, but his name is just keep popping up in certain areas. Top. Ain't no black. We're not, dude. Black man on top. You can be on top as far as financially, right? But are you really on top? Are you really? Do you really have? Are you really equal? I'm talking about in the nation of America. Are you really equal? You will never be considered equal, man. There will have to be a lot of changes that have to be implemented for you to be considered equal. You can be on top. You can have much money and shit. I'm talking about your life being valued at the end of the day. Swag, fuck all that. Oh, I'm flossing and all. I got a big house, whatever the case may be. I'm talking about your life being valued. They did these, the country, these people in power, man. These folks that are in power, I don't even have to be super sick. You already know who's in power. They give you a little bit. They give rappers. They give y'all a little bit of money. Go ahead and distract the world from what's really going on. Yeah, entertainment is good, but too much entertainment all the time is not good. Sometimes you gotta focus on what's going on right in front of your eyes. And it's affecting your society. Right in front of you. In order to make a difference. But I gotta bounce, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. What's up for life? Subscribe. You want to hear more? I'm gonna keep talking about stuff like this, political stuff. Share it live. Don't be stingy. And I'll holler back when I'm banging soon. I'm out.